Ho, ho, ho. Merry Simpmas.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. Christmas Spectacular. As you can see here, we are wearing our ugly sweaters, our ugly Christmas sweaters. I have the Mike Tyson Merry Christmas, and we have the Santa's Helper ugly Christmas sweater, and we are here to give you a special holiday treat.
So we wanted to do something special for our subscribers and our viewers. So today we have a Christmas gift for all of you. Today we will be gifting you with the 5 Red Pill Christmas Commandments. We are going to go through 5 things that you should not do during the holidays to make sure that you are not simping this holiday season. All right. Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. The first one to avoid doing as a man to a woman is don't spend all this money on her. We tend to get into the holiday spirit where we're buying gifts for our loved ones, our friends, our girlfriend, or the girl that we're dating, or girl that we like. So make sure that you're not overdoing it. Don't buy something too expensive. Don't start going out and buying some $1,000 purse
And remember, we're not talking about buying gifts for your wife or your fiance or even your girlfriend. We're talking about you're a single guy and then you run to the mall to buy a perfume or a gift card or some expensive gift like a purse for a girl that you're not even dating. Okay, so that's number 1 on this list is we do not want to see you guys spending your hard-earned money on a girl that doesn't care about you. Spend that money on gifts for your friends, your family, and like I said, if you do have a girlfriend or a spouse, by all means buy them a gift, but do not spend money on any of these girls because they don't deserve it.
big time. If you're not dating her, you're not talking to her, you're not seeing her, nothing of any of that sort, there's no reason to buy her a gift whatsoever.
Every Christmas, the malls are filled with guys that wait in line, max out their credit cards, buying all types of different stuff for girls that don't even appreciate you. She hasn't earned that gift, and you don't owe her one. And I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a guy, especially a single guy, is thinking that buying a thoughtful, expensive gift will get her to like you, and that is one of the biggest simping no-nos in the red pill. So don't do that.
Obviously, we're not saying that if you have a girlfriend, don't spend on her. That's something different.
Girlfriend's okay. Fiance's okay. Wife is okay. But if you are a single guy, do not buy any girls any gifts.
Yeah, big time.
At all.
And even if you have a girlfriend, a fiance, a wife, don't overdo it either. Keep it nice and simple because some guys go all out. And even when you have a girlfriend, when you have a fiance, have a wife, they don't appreciate it much either.
I've even seen guys go to the extent, and I've seen this a few times, where they go to the extent of buying a girl a dog, a puppy, or a kitten on Christmas, and it's a girl that they're not even dating. It makes absolutely no sense. And yeah, it may seem like a thoughtful gift, and you think you're doing a nice thing, but trust me when I tell you, it will not get her to like you or to gain any attraction for you. So do not make that mistake, please.
I heard that story, and that's insane. I mean, how can you buy... obviously, you're a good guy for doing that, but buying a dog for someone that doesn't even care about you, period. They don't even want you around.
It's a common simping mistake, thinking that buying a girl something or spending money on her will get her to like you or become interested in you, and it just simply does not work that way. So please don't do it.
It's an awful choice. You're probably better off ignoring her. I think you might get further doing that than buying her a dog.
If you're going to spend money, spend it on yourself. Get yourself a nice gift.
So let's get on to the next commandment, and that is don't take her anywhere expensive. You get into the holiday spirit, and you guys tend to plan out whether it's before Christmas or on Christmas or after Christmas in the holiday season to go out to these expensive restaurants, maybe some Broadway shows, some extravagant vacation. And to be honest, it's totally unnecessary. It's, most of this stuff is overinflated, a ripoff nowadays when it's the holiday season, and it's something that you really want to avoid as a guy. You don't want to be taken advantage by this crazy holiday season market.
Every year we see it Christmas comes around and they have these pop-up restaurants and bars and different venues. And yeah, it might be something cute to do with a girl you're dating or your fiance, so on and so forth. But do not take some random girl and spend money and do these expensive and oftentimes corny things to try to impress her, to try to get her to like you. Another big simping no. Don't do it.
It's funny because there's guys that will go above and beyond when it comes to things like that. Forget about just the gifts, but you're talking about, hey, let's go to this extravagant place that's going to impress her much at all. I don't really see it. I don't really see it happening. I see it where a woman has that luxury of some guys simping on them in that regard, and they just sit back and who's not going to take it? Who's not going to accept those kinds of gifts?
You know, we're in New Jersey, and New York City is very well known for this, where they have these kind of like Christmas pop-up bars and restaurants where people oftentimes wait in very long lines just to get into these places. They stand out in the freezing cold, and then you get in, and you're cramped up shoulder to shoulder, and the drinks are like $30 each just to get an eggnog or some, stupid Christmas drink. Don't do that stuff. It's really unnecessary, and you shouldn't be really wasting your holidays with a girl anyway. That is another simping no.
Big time. So let's get into our third simping no, our third commandment here, and that is don't message your ex Merry Christmas or contact them.
And I know some of you already did.
Yep. Don't contact them in any way, whether it's text message, phone call, social media. Any type of communication should be cut off during that time because that's just going to bring in bad feeling. And you don't want to have a bad feeling during the holiday. Holiday is to, enjoy it and live that holiday spirit. It's a fun time. It should be a happy time. When you dive back into history, which is your ex, that's something that's...
Do not bring the ghost of Christmas past back into your life this holiday season.
It's a negative thought and something to avoid completely.
And Christmas is one of those times where we all do it, right? You message people happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You check in on people. They message you the same thing, Merry Christmas. People that you don't even talk to. And that's perfectly fine because it's the holidays. But do not do it to your ex. Do not eavesdrop on your ex and send her Merry Christmas. She doesn't deserve a Merry Christmas. And she's your ex. You shouldn't be talking to her anyway. So don't view her stories. Do not comment on her pictures. And do not tell her Merry Christmas. It is not a time for you two to rekindle.
When you men out there get into your emotions and your feelings around this time of year, keep in mind that it's using your brain over your heart is what you should be doing. Don't get too emotional into your feelings on someone that used to be in your life or even a crush. Something like that, where it's bringing back negative vibes. Holiday season, as you can see here, we're celebrating the holiday spirit. We're all about good vibes.
You guys like what we did with the place? Take a look.
We got
our Christmas lights. We put up a tree.
Christmas tree.
We got the stockings up.
Stockings up, yep.
We just have to fill them with some stocking stuffers.
We have our hats on, too. What do you think about that?
We went all out for you guys this year.
Kind of tight on me, too.
This is actually our first official Christmas is the podcast, guys, so we're happy to have you here. If you're watching, we're really thankful for everybody that's watched our podcast so far, and if you've subscribed, really thank you. We appreciate it.
We are grateful and, couldn't be more thankful for those that have followed us, liked the videos, commented, good or bad, and subscribed especially. It's, very, very great to have, and we know that we're putting out a good enough product out there that helps people, that impacts people's lives, that makes people feel a certain type of way. And that's what we're here for. And we're about, I would say, close to 9 months in already, and we want to push this forward as much as possible. I know from our expectations, we've started off a little short when it comes to, the support, but we appreciate the support. We appreciate all the subscribers we have. And if you like so far what we've done and what we've done tonight with our holiday extravaganza, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the notification button. And again, follow us because we have some things in mind for the future that we expect to come into fruition.
And we will have a New Year's Eve special episode coming, so keep a lookout for that.
Yeah, that should be coming up next week. So, getting back to messaging your ex, contacting your ex, what can a guy expect to happen when he contacts his ex, when he messages his ex and tries to possibly rekindle some old feelings from the past?
Well, number one, especially if it's your ex, you can expect absolutely nothing from her because she's probably already seeing somebody else and sleeping with somebody else, and you're out of the picture anyway. So that's number one. But number two, why would you waste your time giving attention to your ex? Didn't you learn your lesson the first time? You should not be messaging your ex. I know, like you said earlier, holidays, people get a little bit soft. They get in their feelings, and all of a sudden everybody feels like giving and wishing everyone a happy holidays. Do not message your ex, please. She's not going back to you, and even if she did, you don't want that back in your life.
See, the thing is that there's some guys out there that think that there's that 1 or 2% chance where their ex will respond where, oh, how are you? I miss you too. Let's do something. You have that thought and that feeling, but it ends up never happening, unfortunately. So don't take that chance and put yourself in a situation where you're going to be disappointed at the end, let yourself down, and kind of be sad for the holiday season because, again, it comes around once a year, and you don't want to destroy that feeling.
And I really, really hope nobody watching is stupid enough to actually get your ex a card or a gift or anything like that. I just thought of that right now. I'm like, we're talking about messaging your ex, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that's actually be that dumb to actually get them a thoughtful gift or a Christmas card or something.
Silly, silly, silly. Never do that. Never do that. I mean, again, we're talking about just contacting your ex. That's like, that happens because there's guys out there that are going to do that. But you go past that and you're done.
I think it's cringy altogether to reach out to an ex. I mean, I guess if they write to you first, write it back if you want to. But even then, I mean, you shouldn't be the first one to write anything to.
Even if she writes to you first, I would tell her to politely F off. It's
that's when you go into Grinch mode.
It's a new time, and it's going to be a new year soon, 2024. So that's something to completely avoid. You're better off just putting that part of your life to the side. We all have those ghosts of our past.
The year is coming to an end as it is. You don't want to bring that back into your life.
Yeah, we all have some ghosts in our past. All of us. All of us. No matter how good we are at dating or how rough we have it with our dating life, no matter high value guy or average guy, we've all had some unfortunate circumstance that we've had to deal with some sort of ex and some sort of past lover of some sort. So definitely avoid it, ignore it if it comes to you, and don't instigate it. Don't cause something to try to get a reaction and hope for the best, because there's no hoping for the best. That's just kind of just letting yourself down at that point. So
let's get into number 4. And number 4 is, do not make the holiday season about any girl. The holidays are for family, friends, if you want, coworkers, but you are not making the holiday season about any girl.
Guys, if you put aside your family, friends, yourself for a girl, you're in for a rude awakening. Rude awakening. What do I mean by that? What if this girl later on cuts you off, breaks up with you? If, I guess if she's with you already of some sort, yeah, you have to give her a little bit of your time and attention and whatnot. But if it's someone that you're, talking to, sort of dating a little bit, even someone you're with, and you just forget about your family, friends, and don't think about yourself during the holiday season, you're making a big mistake because, again, that comes around once a year, and you have other people in your life. It's not just that one person, so keep that in mind. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, even anytime throughout the year. There's guys out there that they like to just focus. They have this girl, this girl they're dating, or, they became serious with a girlfriend or even got married, and that's it. There's nobody else.
Don't be one of these people that ditches their family to go hang out with a girl, or don't show up at your family's house and rush things for 30 minutes and just to leave to go hang out with a girl. Not on Christmas. You do not do that.
Yeah, and it's pretty common for the boys to just kind of like for men to toss aside his boys anytime throughout the year for a woman. And you should be able to have that side of your life still going on. It shouldn't be just
holidays should be spent with family, and if you have time afterwards, you should spend it with your boys. Don't ditch your family and friends for some girl.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm talking there like the year round, but especially for the holidays.
Especially for the holidays.
For the one of the most special parts of the year. Don't put it all on her. Don't put it all into her. Spread it around. Spread it around, and your family's going to be
She should be with her family too. So if she's not, something's up with that to begin with. If a girl was looking to hang out on Christmas and wasn't with family, I would be questioning that to begin with.
Absolutely. I mean, if she goes just with her guy and forgets about her family, that's kind of also a little bit.
And I know
off
women
too.
like that too, where every holiday, including Christmas, they're just all about partying and going to clubs, and they only think about themselves. So that's a selfish person, and she should be with her family too. So
make sure you allocate your time wisely. Make sure everybody gets a little bit, and especially family. Again, focus on the most important people in your life, and don't put it all into that one girl, because she could let you down, whether it's tomorrow or a year or 5 years from now. You never know.
she's probably out ho-ho-hoing as it is anyway.
How dare you!
Probably. Likely. Very likely. Depending on who the girl is.
You guys ready for the last one, the fifth red pill Christmas commandment?
Do not, by any means necessary, do not propose or do some sort of engagement, give her a ring, try to start a marriage with a woman just because it's the holiday season. No matter what you celebrate, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, don't propose to her during that time.
I read a horrific, scary stat earlier that 40% of people get engaged during the holiday season.
That's some pressure right there. I mean, think about it. It's the holiday season. You propose to her. Is she likely going to say no? Likely not. She'll probably say yes, but that's some pressure because it's the holiday season, and it's, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever the holidays are that you celebrate, she's going to be like, oh, it would be pretty bad if I told them no on Christmas. And, in front of his family, maybe. It's pretty rough.
If she says yes, because this could go one of two ways. You could propose to her, buy her a ring, and propose on Christmas, and she might say yes. But, still, I think it's extremely cringy to do that on Christmas. You should really do that some other time of year. Christmas is more like family, giving gifts, spending time with family, so on and so forth. So if you're going to propose to her on Christmas, how do you plan on doing that anyway? You don't do it in front of your family, because think about this. What happens if she says no? What if she says no? You are going to embarrass yourself in front of your family or her family. You're going to ruin your holidays and your new year altogether.
That's a great point, because I was saying she may be pressured into saying yes, but there's going to be some women that say no, and then what happens then? That's going to be freaking embarrassing for sure. And as a guy, you don't want to be put in that situation because it's pressure on both sides. It's pressure on her, and then you're fingers crossed hoping for the best to see if she actually goes through with it.
If you're actually going to propose, I suggest you thoroughly think that through first. Don't give in to just holiday pressure that, you want to do something special for her or whatever. Think that through first. And if you absolutely have to do it at a different time of year. Don't do it during Christmas. You're going to ruin your whole holidays and your family.
If you feel the need to propose, because again, I never suggest marriage.
Neither do I.
We don't suggest marriage here on the podcast, guys, because men do not get any sort of advantage by being in a marriage. You pretty much are putting up half of your things for loss to her in the future if she decides to walk out and toss some divorce papers on the table.
Let's imagine this for a second together, shall we? You're in the living room, enjoying some eggnog with your family. Everyone open up their gifts. had some desserts, and then you get on your knee, you take out your ring, you say, Wilma, will you be my wife? Will you marry me? And then she says no.
Gotcha, bitch.
Just imagine the
horror,
the ambiance in the room after that. You embarrass yourself. Your whole family knows you're a simp now. Your own girl said no to you. Oh my God, that would be horrible. I got to go on YouTube after this. I'm sure there's videos of this actually happening.
It's bad enough being a simp in front of a girl that maybe you have something going on with, but showing that side of yourself to family or friends is probably one of the worst.
If you're gonna do it, I guess take her out in the driveway and do it in private, because at least if she says no, you could just walk back in the house and pretend like nothing happened.
If you're a guy with the intentions of getting married, again, we give our recommendations here. At the end of the day, you fellas are going to do what you like to do or feel the need to do either way. Everybody makes their own decisions, and at the end of the day, they are responsible for the rewards and the consequences of those decisions. But if you truly have to get married, make sure it's a genuine proposal on a random time of the year where she's least expecting it, and it's really a genuine thing on both sides. But again, at the end of the day, I don't want to dive too deep into that, because at the end of the day, I don't recommend marriage at all. We don't recommend marriage at all here on the podcast, guys. So.
I can't think of anything that would turn somebody red-pilled faster than proposing to their girlfriend in front of their family and being told no. I mean, at that point, I think the very next day they would be picking up a copy of The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi and taking in the truth of the red pill.
Shout out to Rollo. Yeah, big time. See, I paused there a little bit because it's kind of mind-boggling what guys go through in their mind when they're thinking about proposing to a woman or doing any of the things that we mentioned here in our 5 commandments during our podcast guys extravaganza, Christmas extravaganza, and just what they're thinking with doing some of these things sometimes. I mean, you're giving away, as a man, your power. You're giving away some of your strength, and you're putting it into the hands of a woman. Do you really want to put your power in the hands of a woman? No disrespect to the ladies out there, but do you want to put your masculinity in the hands of a woman? That's where the roles start reversing a little bit. And then, the more it happens, the more it reverses. She becomes the man in the relationship and he becomes the lady in the relationship.
That is why we called this episode the Podcast Guys Simpmas Spectacular. Because what is simping? I think as we wrap up the episode, we could talk about that for a little bit. What is simping? Simping is when you go out of your way to spend time with, to spend money on, to try to impress, to try to gain approval of a woman that is not interested in you. And the harder you try, the harder you will fail.
And you do all that and get nothing in return. I mean, that's pretty much simping.
You will end up either played, used and abused, or in the friend zone, or all of the above.
And if you want to avoid all that, you just simply don't do it. Or simply focus on someone that's going to reciprocate. If someone's reciprocating, we're talking a whole different ballgame here. You have someone that is also giving you some nice gifts during this holiday season and thinking about some places where, you can spend some time together, but also thinking about you needing to spend some time with your family. Maybe she wants to enjoy that time with your family and you can switch off and spend it with her family, vice versa. It has to be something where it's not a give and take. It's where you give, she takes, she gives, you take.
And that's what a relationship is.
That's it.
We don't want you guys to watch this episode and to turn into the Grinch because of it. That's not why we're here. That's not the point of this. We just wanted to give you guys some basic points and some reminders. Do not simp this Simpmas season.
Again, some people are going to hate. We get it. This is not the best thing to always talk about.
How can you hate on our sweaters?
But
The sweaters are top tier.
come on, Mike Tyson. If Mike Tyson's watching out there, I'm sure he knows about these. But
Check out the fit. Merry Christmas to everybody. We appreciate you watching. Thank you again to everybody that watches our videos. Subscribe to our channel, whether you liked our video, commented, shared it. We appreciate all of it. Any closing statements?
yeah, same here. Pretty much to jump on that. Thank you for your support, especially our subscribers, and join us on this journey because we don't plan on stopping, especially going into 2024. Look out for our New Year's Day or Eve.
We got to come up with something clever for New Year's.
Look out for that video.
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, look out for that video. We're going to come up with something for you guys. And listen, we're here and we're here to stay, and we want you to come along with us on that route. So please subscribe to the channel and stick with us because, again, not everybody looks our way when it comes to, our potential and what we intend to do. But we have some things in mind coming up in the future, and, we would love for all of you to be a part of it. So
on that note, I think we should end with some holiday music.
Merry Simpmas.
Merry Simpmas, everyone.